All right, everyone. So we are starting now. I can see some familiar faces right here, and I can see many of you are new. So what we did in the last GD, and what we'll do now is, basically, if you want to say something, you need to raise your hand. The raising the hand button is in the participants window in the bottom right hand side. And if you're on a mobile device, you can go to the more menu and raise your hand. So anyone who wants to speak now, the topic of the GD is, or the discussion is, Rafale. Is it needed in India? Is it good for India? And if anyone wants to speak, please raise their hands now. All right, so Toshif, we can start with you.
Yeah, good evening everyone. Since no one was starting, so I thought let's just kickstart the topic. I have not read much about Rafale particularly, but I think it was somewhat needed. Actually, my mentality is totally against this war and situation and military, maintaining military and sort of thing. But still, India at some point needed this Rafales to show the world that we are no more. Because always India has been the second to attack. India haven't attacked someone, and I guess that trait of India as a country, the world, the other countries in the world like Pakistan or like China, they were taking advantage of India, that India always stays silent and is not into the first one to attack. So I guess Rafale will show them that yeah, if the situation arises, we will attack you, and please uh, keep maintain the peaceful situation which we are trying to maintain. So I guess that just to show us the message, India needed it, and I guess it's a good decision. But I don't know what background story is involved in this. If there is any corruption or thing, I don't know about it. But yeah, somewhat it came in and it will show the world a message. That's it.
All right, thank you so much, Toshif. People who are joining right now, again, once again, please raise your hand. Abhishek, you know where the raise hand button is. Anyways, yeah, so moving on, Arnab, uh, please go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, go on.
Yeah. Uh, Actually, it is quite difficult for me to say whether it is a right decision or not, because at any point of time, any country needs some futuristic weapons, no doubt on that. And of course, this Rafale jet must boost the morale of our Indian army. There is no doubt on that. But is it the right time or not? That I don't know, because amidst of this pandemic situation, I don't know whether it is the right time to purchase that Rafale or not. And at the same time, we are having that Indo-China border conflicts, and that everlasting India and Pakistan conflict. So I think with that point, with that respect, we need some futuristic jets, and there is no doubt. But you know mm, uh, there I was just searching, and we have some other variants also, just like Eurofighter Typhoon, F-16, and Sukhoi, Martin F-22 Raptor, and our Tejas. There are so many kinds of jets are available, but I don't know why exactly Rafale is selected. There is a conflict between UP and India government. I'm not just going on to that controversy regarding that pricing, because those kind of clarification given by the India government is not justified. Because how can the price came up to 3 times? So at that point, we cannot specifically answer, because all the informations are not available. At least I cannot search any relevant data or something like that. So we can just only speculate. But of course, I think that kind of jets are required. But still, I'm not sure it is the right time or not. So that's all from my side. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much. Moving on, we have Sham who wants to say. Before Sham speaks, let me just clarify. Please don't lower your hand by yourself. If you want to speak, I'll unmute you and I will lower your hand. It just helps me keep track of who wants to say and who doesn't want to. Right? Thanks. Anyways, Sham, you can go on.
Hello,
Yeah. Hi. Go on.
am I audible?
Yes. Yes. Go on.
Okay, so like nowadays, whenever I switch on the TV, I see only one thing. Like Indian media has been celebrating the arrival of Rafale as if they won a war against China. And like if it is so good, then why the 11 countries refuse to buy the Rafale? That is the question in front of all the 130 crore population of India. And why India is the only buyer of Rafale after Qatar and Egypt. And there are also some questions like why India has scaled down the Rafale units from 126 to 36. So some experts, some French experts said that the Rafale, even if India will deploy 36 Rafale against China, then too it can't win a war against China just because the Rafale the speed of Rafale is much lower than the Chinese aircrafts, and also there are other issues which is there in the Rafale. But like exactly we normal people, we don't know that that why India choose to buy Rafale, and is it a good decision or not. But there is also one thing like the necessity which we feel like we have. It is necessary to buy aircrafts right now, watching the current situation of India and especially the Indian Air Force, by observing the two front war against Pakistan and China. So obviously there is need to buy the aircrafts, but yeah, the Rafale jets, it's a mystery currently that we don't know.
All right.
Uh,
Thank you so much, Sham. That was wonderful. Moving ahead, Jackson, uh, you wanted to say something. And for the people who joined late, please raise your hand once again. It's in the chat also. Right, Jackson, go on.
Uh, Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Indian Air Force needed a fighter jet, but was it the Rafale the right choice? Is the question, because Pakistan, America has already given a fifth generation fighter jets to Pakistan. China has got J-20 as a fifth generation fighter jet, and this Rafale is only a 4.5 generation. We can say just an upgraded version, not the fifth gen. It's not a fifth generation fighter jet. So I think Rafale, I doubt that Rafale was the right choice or not, because it's not a fifth generation aircraft. And moreover, in the first deal, or because in 2013 or something, the first deal which it was made by India and France, it was said that the Dassault will manufacture some aircraft and balance will be manufactured by Hindustan Aeronautical Limited. So they will transfer the technology. Nowadays, the Hindustan Aeronauticals is trying to develop fifth generation Sukhoi aircraft. So I think if the transfer occur, then it will benefit our development in the fifth generation aircrafts. But in the present agreement, they will not transfer the technology. They will just manufacture the aircrafts and give India. So I don't think the way the Rafale was bought is not right.
All right, thank you so much. Moving on, Abhishek Singh wants to say something. Right, go ahead.
So first of all, very good evening to everyone. according to
Uh,
me, like,
sorry, just sorry, your voice is really low. Can you?
is it audible now?
Yeah, go on.
Actually, according to, I have totally different perspective. Like, I want to carry forward that Jackson's point. Like earlier, as he said that to be exact, 18 planes were manufactured in France, and 108 were to be manufactured in India by Hindustan Aeronautical Limited. And I think it is a totally political. It is done for the political benefit by the government, because on the day when Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi went to France to deal to sign this sorry, to have a conversation with their prime minister and sign this deal 3 days before his flight to France. Two new defense companies were made in India. One was via Anil Ambani's Reliance, and other was Adani's. And uh, that after he came back totally with a totally new concept, like 36 Rafales would be purchased, but at a very high cost. Even 2000 in 2017 or 18, I don't remember the exact date. That time France minister said that uh, uh, what he said that there was a term, uh, there was a deal signed in which in return to the Rafale, 50% of the amount the Rafale has to invest in India. Like for example, if the deal is for 100 crores, then 50 offset clause. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Arnab. Offset clause. So 50 crores they have to invest in India, and in those on those amount, like there are. Not there is not a confirmation of the actual amount which they are investing, but there are like many newspapers and articles have been published with showing that more than 21,000 crores out of total 30 crores, more than 21,000 crores are being invested in Reliance Industries. So basically, according to me, it's a political uh, like it is done not for the benefit for the country, because for the benefit of the country they could have done various other things as well, because at this crucial time when the pandemic is like pandemic is there, they should have like focused on more on fulfilling the basic necessities of every other human, rather than making this a defense. No doubt it is very good, but the agenda with which it was done was not right, according to me.
All right. So that was a different take on the Rafale. Anyways, moving forward, Shloka Rajesh wants to say something. I'm sorry if I pronounced the name wrong or anything, but please go ahead.
Okay, so I'll just provide a little context, right? So the first aircraft which India had purchased were French aircrafts back in, I think, the 1950s. We have a strange obsession with, I think, French aircrafts. So, and we've come back to that in Rafale in today's times. Secondly, we also have a very weird policy of buying minimalistic aircraft, I think so. I think the Mirage and the Sukhoi, we had, I think, 36 orders of these aircraft, which is a very minimalistic approach and a wrong strategy to be followed by the defense industry. I think you need a bigger squadron. I think 36 aircrafts are around 2 or 3 squadrons, which is then further divided into each base, some to the Marines, some to the Air Force, and some to the what do you call infantry. I don't think so. That's the right policy. Now coming back to this, there was a huge controversy on the manufacturing part of it when it was not given to HAL and it was given to I think Anil Ambani, and that showed the larger corruption base of it when Rahul Gandhi had run his entire campaign around the Rafale scam, right? Although it had been given a clean sheet, you could see the problems which were occurring due to the Rafale deal. Further, when we reduced our order from 108 to 36, it just furthered, I think, the cause a little more. Now, for me, Rafale is not a game changer, right? If you see the counterpart on the Chinese side, it is equally good, or in some parts even better than Rafale. So if you're buying a new jet, which is the latest technology, we should at least try to beat our so-called neighbors or opponents to it. Rafale in itself is not a game changer. If you wanted to change the balance of power in the region, you would rather invest in missiles and not only in 36 Rafale jets, right? Secondly, people are forgetting that right now only five have been introduced, and even these five are not going to be ready to combat at least for a year or two, because once you induce aircrafts into the military, it takes a lot of time for the equipment or the internal systems to be ready. So when we have so many different aircraft like Mirage, Sukhoi, and what do you call Rafale coming in, each has to be custom built. Each I think navigation system and all have to be custom built. So this problem which arises is a strategic problem. We need to reduce the number or the different different aircraft we have and stick to one aircraft which we can deploy anywhere and everywhere. That is one major problem which we face, which has been brought up by many army chiefs also on various debates. Secondly comes the cost factor to it, right? It is much more expensive than the jets of the similar quality. I think we have been really beaten down on the cost, and I think some part of it comes down to the corruption level also. But let's not get into that. Let's take the media for example. I think media has built up Rafale as a complete game changer, which will make us dominate the world. That is not the case. We've hardly ordered 36 of them, and they aren't the best in their own domain also. So the media hype around this is not healthy because it gives the general public a false sense of security in its way, and also puts pressure on the Indian army itself for using it in any and every scenario possible.
All right. Thank you so much for your thoughts. Moving forward, Abhishek PK, please share your views.
Hello, good evening. Yeah, now I've been listening to this, and I would also like to add my point. Here, there are two factors. One is, what is the purpose of bringing this Rafale to India, and the other thing is its technical issues relating to corruption and all. I think everybody is having discussion on that part, but I would like to stress on the first part itself. And of course, it's going to be a political criticism as well. And my criticism is that I think this has all been done to, make happy the followers or the people or the mob who has become very much hyper nationalistic in these times. And I think I need to take 1 or 2 minutes to, explain what nationalism actually means. Nowadays, what actually is nationalism? A nation is nothing but a piece of land. If you have read the book called Sapiens, you can find that it's just an imagined reality. It's not a living thing. It's the jurisdiction where a person has the authority to rule. It's as such. So what do a nation constitute? A nation is constituted by its people. But here an artificial narrative is made, like whoever is ruling, if you are against it, you automatically become against the nation. I think such a kind of narrative is made, and all these things I think is to, build up more on this on narrative. See, I will never allow humanity to, no, I will never allow nationalism to triumph over humanity. This is a statement told by the one who have written our national anthem, Rabindranath Tagore. Patriotism is the root cause of war. We should abolish patriotism to abolish war. This is a statement told by Leo Tolstoy. Now here we are, made to show our patriotism in different ways, in some forms, to get certified that we are loyal. I don't believe in such a thing. Actually, even if someone who is not having such a great patriotic mind are not actually anti-nationals. Anti-national means someone who is doing a spy work, who is going against a country and all like that. But you will not become anti-national even if you don't love it in a way, and that's not a necessary thing. And here now I think the problem starts when we have actually like a near war situation with Pakistan, as well as now recently with China. So what happened is this nationalism kind of are very emotional topic. People don't think with logic and they think with emotional. So there's a possibility of getting votes such emotional topics when used. So with Pakistan, everyone knows when India is having any war with Pakistan, we will obviously win. We have more technology, everything. But the case is opposite with China. So, and the situation was also worsened with China. So I think these people who are hyper nationalist was did not get an expected outcome or result from the government. So actually, I think they bought this Rafale jet in the middle of this pandemic mainly to convince them also. And another thing I want to say is again, what are we actually implying when such a thing is bought? We are actually, we can say, obviously, we can say it's for self defense, but whatever we are, looking forward for a war. I think be it Pakistan, China, or whoever, any such issue should never be escalated and talked, and we should be able to pressure the international community, convince them our stance, whatever the issue is, how much ever bad it is. When a war happens, it's going to be a very big disaster. If it's with China, both the sides are going to have heavy casualties. So I don't think there is anything required to provoke them or to boast about our. And the one more reason why I say is it's all are like a political gimmick is the way they advertise this thing. The small country like Qatar has 36 Rafale jets, but here 5 Rafale jets were bought, and the whole media, like Shlok pointed out, were like they won a war. So these all things I have difference of opinion, and that's what I have to say now.
All right, thank you so much. Only Karan is left. Exactly, excellent points. In the someone said in the chat, but only Karan is left who has raised his hand. So Karan, please go forward.
Okay, so as we already know about, we received our first consignment of 5 Rafale jet out of 36. And let's not get into the pricing issue and nationalist issue. And let's just focus on what it means for army and what it means for self-defense of our country. Okay, I agree that they are just five Rafales, but just think about that. 5 Rafales, each Rafale is much better than fifth generation F F series jet which Pakistan has, and J series which China has. And the J-20, which is the most advanced jet which Chinese army use, is much inferior to Rafale jet. Okay, so I haven't read that we purchased the Rafale jet which were of inferior or what we call the lower model of a Rafale jet. But think that a lower model Rafale, which is equipped with 2 of the best missiles produced in the world, which I'm not saying, it's in the articles. We have purchased the missiles from France and Israel, and there's and 2 other missiles as well, which will be produced later in India. Okay, so I think this will bolster our air force. Okay, the 36 number 36 is less right now, but think about it. We are using Sukhoi, we are using Tejas, which is indigenously built in India. So Sukhoi and MiG-29, Sukhoi and MiG-29, these are age-old aircraft, and Rafale is the latest one. Okay, and when Rafale will be assigned to any post, it will actually increase the strength of army. And later about cost, Mr. Modi once said in a parliament that even Supreme Court questioned their decision about buying Rafale jet at a particular price. Okay, so as the government is answerable to Supreme Court, they showed all the paper, all the questions were answered, and later Supreme Court gave them clean sheet. Yeah, we agree with you what you have done. This paper will not be released in public openly because of the national security issues. Okay, so and the media and why media is celebrating Fire Rafael is that there is a reason behind that, because all the narrative that are going on in media about the Rafael scam, this scam, that scam, alleged scam. What alleged is important here because it hasn't been proved yet. So and because of that, because of the UPA being very vocal about that scam, the media is using it as their as a fuel for increase the TRP. And remember, we bought Chinook aircrafts last 3 or 5 months back, and nobody even noticed that. But but when Rafael bought, there's all drumming and all these are going. It is because of the media creating hype about them. Okay, so that is all I have.
Right, thank you, Karan, for such wonderful points. Kashish and then followed by Jackson. So Kashish, you can go forward, and then Jackson just after that.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are. Good evening.
In the current scenario, Rafael is the right choice for India because uh, you can see the condition at the LAC. The China and Pakistan are just forcing or pressurizing India, and they have better Indian Air Force in comparison to India because they have J-20. China has J-20. I don't know the name for Pakistan, but they also have fifth generation aircrafts. But India had to choose a fighter plane because they wanted to overcome the shortage part. In India, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited manufactured Tejas, but it was not able to go up to the standards of the Indian Air Force. So they had to buy a fighter plane, and so they bought Rafale. And Rafale is like combat has been like tested in combat, while J-20 of China hasn't even been into any of the combats. So, in my opinion, it is the right choice because India has only Mirage 2000 and Su-30 MKL, and they are both third or fourth generation fighters. And Rafael is 4.5 generation fighter, but in comparison to the fifth generation of China, it's better because it has seen the combat, and J-20 hasn't seen it. So that's all that I have.
All right, thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, go on, Jackson.
Karan told that Rafael is better than J-20. How can Rafael be better than J-20? Because Rafael is a 4.5 generation, this J-20 is a fifth generation. And if you look at the specifications, then also the speed wise, J-20 is high. The range, J-20 has more. And the maximum weight it can carry, the J-20 is more. So how can you say that Rafael is better than J-20? And then the point which I agree with the point to the which the cash he told that in is Rafael is a proved aircraft, but we should understand something that the defense budget of China is 3 or 4 times bigger than that of India. So if they want something like Rafael, they can easily get that. So they did not go for that. So I think we cannot underestimate J-20 by saying that it's not proved or something, but as the defense budget is so high. So I think Rafael, we needed an aircraft, but I don't think the Rafael was the right choice.
All right, is that it, Jackson? Moving on, Kashish, please go on.
I'm surfing through Google and I read one article. I'll just recite it right now. Rafael is far superior to the J-20, the Chengdu fighter of China. even though it's believed to be a fifth generation fighter, it is probably at best a 3.5 generation aircraft. It's got a third generation engine as we have in the Sukhoi, said Air Marshal R. Nambiar, retired, who flight tested the Rafale fighter jets for India. So, if we are reading some articles, then we can actually say that it's better than J20. Because if it's using a third generation engine in J20, then it is of no use in comparison to Rafale. That's it.
Okay, so Kashish, thank you for that. Before we move on to Karan and then Jackson, can I just add to this, GD? Uh, the generational gap or the number of generations that aircraft leap is not related to how good the aircraft is or what features are available in the aircraft. It's simply what time the aircraft was designed and built in. So if I can read from Google as somebody had, I'm sorry, I can't remember the name, but anyway, F-35 is an American aircraft and it's a fifth generation aircraft, but turns out that Rafale is better than F-35, which is a 4.5 generation aircraft. And then moving on, Rafale versus J20. J20 and Rafale, there are some minor differences. There are differences in experts who are claiming this is better or that is better. But from what I can gather is Rafale is not that much inferior to the J20, or J20 is not that much, it's not substantially superior to the Rafale. And one other thing I'd like to point out, listening to you all, all of you are basically focusing this discussion around politics and why India's politics is affecting its decision to buy the Rafale or to buy any other aircraft. Guys, please understand that in Indian Army or in Indian Air Force, I'm sorry, we only have aircrafts of three countries, namely India, which is the Tejas, and we are developing it, or we have developed it, it's not that good and we are going again. Uh, Russia, which is a major aircraft provider, and third is France or the Dassault systems. Now, historically, we have never, or we don't prefer the F series aircraft from USA, namely the F-35, the F-17, or all those aircraft. We don't like, what's it called, McDonnell Douglas or something. We don't like those aircraft. We have never had them in our military uh, arsenal or something. And then China is, I'm sorry guys, China is just out of the equation. Like if China develops a better aircraft than the world, we are just not buying it, because let's face it, we hate China and we are not buying Chinese items anymore, and there's a Chinese anti-China sentiment going on. So it doesn't, China is a separate story. It doesn't matter why China is making what China is making, how much better their aircraft is. We just cannot buy that, and it's not about us not buying it. I don't think China will supply it to India either, to be fair. So in that scenario, what I feel is the Rafale is the best choice, coming from a standpoint where we do not buy American aircraft, and then we could have had a discussion about the F-35 versus the Rafale, which to me, the F-35 is a generation, 0.5 generation better, but that's only just the time period, guys. It has nothing to do with the features that the aircraft has or anything. Coming to the J20 point, someone said that it has a third generation engine. Once again, it's only a matter of time when the aircraft was developed and when it was conceived. The J20 has the same engine as the Su-37 or the Su-37, oh sorry, the Su-30, and basically it does not affect its ability when comparing to Rafale or when comparing to the F-35. The third topic I would like to touch upon is that Rafale is battle tested and the J20 is not battle tested. Once again, people, you cannot have battles just to test your aircraft. That's not what we do. If there's a war and the aircraft is present at that time, it will be tested. Like that's not a theory. So the J20, you cannot simply have a war to test the airplane, but definitely that's a point that Rafale is war tested. Right, so that's it from me. Moving on, Karan has raised their hand and he's the only one left. If anybody has anything to counter to me or to say anything else, please once again raise their hands. Right, over to you, Karan.
Okay, so I think Jackson raised the point that others are fifth generation and Rafael is inferior to them. So generation is just a name. Okay, we all know Intel chip. It's just same chip and just renamed it like fifth generation, 10th generation, 15th generation. It does not change the capability of the aircraft. And let's be honest for a minute. Nobody trusts China. Nobody, not a fucking person in this world trusts China or their technology. Even their J20 aircraft, they are saying that it's an excellent aircraft. It is faster. It is better than everything. Okay, so how will they prove it? Because they don't have credibility in international market. Even let me give one example about the credibility. Okay, we all know the biggest dam in the whole world, Three Gorges Dam. It's located in China, and due to this year massive rainfall, there is huge pressure on that dam, and it is alleged that this dam might not handle that pressure. And the biggest thing in the world cannot handle the pressure of the work which it was made to do the thing. So I don't think J20 is better just because the Chinese narrative continue on rambling that it is better than Rafale and better than any aircraft in the whole world. And about yeah, that's it. That is all I have.
Right. Thanks, Karan. Yeah, Shloka, go on. Oh, Shlok, sorry, I'm sorry, Shlok.
Okay, so first, let's come back to Rafael. Okay, so in that, firstly, understand one thing: we're not getting the technology right. That is a major disadvantage. Any upgrades, anything to be done has to be done by France. We cannot do any improvement on it. Secondly, any repair work, any spare material also is going to be provided by France. You are keeping yourself completely dependent on another country. That is the first point. Secondly, for what I think Karan just said, China's credibility. China has great credibility. I'm not even joking. You go to China, they are a generation, at least two generations ahead of India in technology or infrastructure. We have zero comparisons compared to China. China are way beyond us. Like if you've ever been to China, you will see how people live there and how people live here. Like even US is nothing compared to how the standard of living and the technological advancements China has. So we cannot try saying that they have no credibility. When it comes to technology, they are one of the most credible people out there. Okay. Now again, coming back to Rafale, the cost is an important factor, right? Especially for a country like us, where we have a million other problems. We are investing in a far more expensive alternative when there would be other alternatives much cheaper. We have to take in the cost factor. And plus, from 108, we got down our supply to 36. It is a huge disadvantage. Okay, when you invest in something, the greater the number, the cost comes down dramatically, especially in something like aircrafts. When you reduce your order size by that much, it is costing you further more than it's costing you further a lot more, right? These are just few points I want to add on to that.
All right, Shlok. So I'm sorry, just to counter your point, you said that China is credible and that's great. But the problem with China is China doesn't sell its aircraft to each and every person that asks for it. So the J20, China can have it, China has developed it, that's great. Only they can show you how credible it is or how effective it is in war. But that's something China only can do, and I don't think China will sell their aircraft to each and every person. Coming to the second point you said, that we are dependent on Dassault or in turn France for material, for repair, for maintenance, also for training our people. And that's a valid point. That's a very valid point. But my counter to that will be we were dependent on Russia before that, even without Rafale. So we were dependent on the Russian Sukhoi manufacturer for training and material and maintenance and all that. Now, the good part is we are trying to develop Tejas, and that obviously is a time barred or it's a time consuming exercise. But we are starting to develop Tejas. Coming to the technological standpoint, I agree that India is far behind than China in technological aspects, but then it's just is. Like it has nothing to do with military aircrafts or anything. We're just behind China in everything. Trains, aircrafts, roads, in everything. So that's not a point for discussion specifically to Rafale. And yeah, especially I would like to add that Tejas, which we have developed or we are in the process of developing other aircrafts. Yeah, exactly. Even HAL is working on AMCA. But we are in the process of developing our own aircrafts, and that will take time. It will take time in a magnitude of decades. So until we have those aircrafts, we need to be dependent on other countries for our military aircrafts, right? I see you have raised your hand. You can go on. You can counter.
Just to state two things. Okay, so Rafale is one jet. If people are saying it's a good jet, right? 13 countries have rejected it, and the only three countries in the world which have actually accepted Rafale are Egypt, Oman, and India. Now, I don't think so. We are of the standards of Egypt and Oman. If we think ourselves to be a military power in our region, like if you see the balance of power in our region, it's China, India, and then Pakistan, right? To even maintain status quo, we need far more advanced. Sorry, Qatar, my bad. Thanks, Said. Uh, to just maintain status quo, we need to actually be better than our neighbors, right? And I don't compare ourselves to Pakistan. I don't know. People keep comparing ourselves to Pakistan. Pakistan's irrelevant for us. Genuinely, I don't feel like we should ever bring Pakistan into a debate. For us, it should be a comparison to China. If you know improve on something, you come on better, not someone inferior, and pat yourself on the back. That is the way to be done. So whenever you develop some technology or you always
Your
see
voice
to it
cut.
that it's better.
Shlok, your voice cut out. Can you repeat, please?
So whenever you go for some new technology like a jet or something, you always try to be better than your neighbors, right? But here Rafale is not better than our neighbors. I agree, J20 is not tested before, but then just looking at the features, it is not far better or even marginally better. I can say J20 for a long time. If we've invested in these kind of jets after a long time, right? So isn't it that we should invest in something better, which will make just below par compared to our neighbors? We need to move forward. We cannot. I mean, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah,
Tell
and
me.
I get what you're saying. You're saying that we need to be better than our neighbors in terms of technology just to show them what our military capability is. But my point to you is what other aircraft would you like to buy if not Rafale? See, you cannot buy American aircraft, specifically the F-35, which is of comparison because we have never dealt with America for weapons and those systems, right? The Russian counterpart, which is the Sukhoi 30, I guess, 30 MKI, we already have that. So that's a comparison we can do. The China J20 is already out of question. We are not buying that anytime soon. And then the only aircraft which is left. Yeah, anyway. Jackson, go on.
You told Russia has also has a fifth generation, like Sukhoi 57 is there. We can go for that, right? That's a fifth generation aircraft. And
It is a fifth generation aircraft, but once again, what I said was that fifth generation and 4.5 generation, you can't really compare that,
no,
because the generational value is only based upon what time the aircraft was conceived in, and it's not based upon what feature it has. Like obviously, a fifth generation aircraft will have more features than, let's say, a second generation or third generation. But a 4.5 and 5 generation you can't really compare without delving deep into the features of it.
No, you cannot say like that because China is a communist country, so we don't know the actual features of J20. But at the same time, you have to look at other perspectives because China has got a lot of money because their defense budget is so high. So if they want a aircraft to match Rafale, they can easily buy it from other countries. So I don't think we cannot underestimate by saying that J20 China has not credibility. So we cannot say that. Like that, we can J20 is less or inferior to Rafale.
See, J20 is not inferior to Rafale because we don't know the features of it, or we don't know the exact details of it. What I am comparing the Rafale is to the F-35 and the Sukhoi 30 Mk. The information of both, which are publicly available. And Shlok, what you've written in the chat, if Rafale is the best option, why are others not buying it? My counter to that will be again political opinions. Why are we not buying the F-35? We know it's a fifth generation aircraft rather than the Rafale being a 4.5 one. We are not buying the F-35 just because we don't have the ties with America to do so. So maybe other countries' political scenarios don't allow that. You know?
No, actually, the first agreement was not like that. First the agreement was that they will transfer the technology of the Rafale. So India, the Hindustan Aeronautics can develop their own aircraft. But now they will not transfer the technology. Then how can we may develop a fifth generation, but we may go for 2 years or 3 years more to reach that level. So that's the main problem when it comes to the Rafale, because in the first experiment, they would transfer the technology. But now they will not transfer the technology. That's the main point in that.
Right, Abhishek has raised his hand for quite some time. Abhishek, go on.
Yeah, and we always again debate on whether we should spend on moon mission, Mars mission, etc. So we cannot completely keep one side blank and increase the poverty. I agree that we should together first priority should be to alleviate poverty and the primary things like healthcare, education, etc. And side by side, the see how will it be if like a very poor African country spending too much to go to a moon seem like it would be funny because there's a lot more priorities. So when will a country like our India have a moral position to claim more on this when at middle of this pandemic we are doing much good in healthcare also, then we can obviously say, see, we are doing this much on healthcare, the issue. So we have extra we can spend on the defense, etc. And I have here a small statistics from 2017. Like India in 2017 spent its 1.28 percentage of its GDP in healthcare, while China in the same year 2017 spent 5.2 percentage of their GDP in healthcare. And already the GDP of China is much higher than India, and of that the 5.2 percentage of it is spent to healthcare. So nowadays, no, I think we have a wrong choice in priorities because at this moment, obviously not every state has a very good public healthcare system as well. Like if you are a middle class, upper middle class or rich people, you can go to a private hospital for treatment. But the poor people, they should go to the public healthcare system, which is like not at all developed. Even if you are just the lower middle class, you just kind of suffocate to go there. Such is the condition. So we need to improve that. So I think at this position in middle of this pandemic, while our government is have to take a priority at this particular time, I don't think they have a moral position. If like they're spending like 6 or 5, 7% of their GDP, then we can say they have a moral position. Like, yeah, let's spend for defense. I can just tell one example related to Pakistan. It was a country like the military took over the government one time. So the military has a lot of power over there. So the military needs a lot of funding. So, war is good for the military because they will get more funded of their GDP. Such a case, there are warmongers or, like, I don't know whether you believe in conspiracy theory or role of anything like there may be someone like who wants to sell their weapons. Such people might also want to have a war. So in the middle of the pandemic, actually what we should do, I actually congratulate the decision that the government has taken, unlike that case of Pakistan, to resolve it, through dialogues, but to provoke it and to spend a huge amount on an aircraft, that too when they are not in a morally good position, while they are not spending much on healthcare, I feel is not a good thing.
All right, thank you for your views. Jackson, go on, and then I think we can open it.
And add to Abhishek's point, I would tell that no country has become a superpower by buying or purchasing the weapons. Look, if US is manufactured their weapons, China is manufacturing their own weapons. So we should invest more, or instead of buying aircraft, we should invest more in Hindustan Aeronautics or in our own Indian companies. So we can develop our own weapons in a very cheap cost. Because if Hindustan Aeronautics have constructed or build this Rafale, we could have getting less than for 20% of the cost, we may have got that aircraft. So I think as a country like India, which is developing at a faster rate, they should invest more in India itself rather than purchasing the weapons from outside.
All right, thank you for your views. Since nobody has raised their hand right now, I would like to ask anyone if they have any views. Please raise your hand. Someone we have not heard from, Gunjan, Said, Shyam, I can see. People who have not spoken, if they want to share their points, they can raise their hand right now. I will give you 10 seconds. Anybody basically who wants to share anything can raise, else we'll move forward. All right. So nobody wants to share anything. All right. Just to recap, let me share this. So in this discussion, this is just for recap. These are not my views or anything, but we have discussed about these bullet points, which I'm going to say. We have discussed about morale boosting. We have discussed that not only Rafale but other jets can also be considered, considering the cost of the Rafale and the 4.5 generation aircraft which Rafale is, and we have higher generation aircraft right now even. We have discussed that the quantity of the Rafale which was to be ordered, that has been substantially decreased in the past year or so. We have discussed the offset clause which was there, and a good point which somebody said, I don't really remember their name, but they said that induction of an aircraft takes time after actually it has landed in our country. So Rafale being landed in our country doesn't mean it's battle ready or doesn't mean it can go into fight, but it takes time for induction for the Rafale to, everybody to get to grips with it, everybody to learn the maintenance, learn the features and all that. Right. The Another point which I liked was that the media has hyped the Rafale a lot, and especially with Arnab Goswami and other news anchors, hyping their channels just for TRP and all. It's unfortunately a common case where the media hypes everything that doesn't need to be hyped. But anyway, I fully agree with the point that media has hyped the Rafale. Another point was that Tejas is not up to the mark right now, but we do have the Tejas. India is trying to make its own aircraft, which is a good thing. The Rafale is battle tested, whereas the J-20 is not battle tested. Once again, other aircrafts also, the F-35 is not even inducted in USA. It's far from being battle tested right now. One person said that we cannot leverage economies of scale with the order size being reduced from 136 or 118, I don't remember, to 36 of them. And we can't leverage the economies of scale, especially when there was a deal that Rafale will be assembled in India, or some units will be. Right. Finally, Abhishek said that there are other priorities than Rafale. India is a developing country or a semi-developed country, if I say so, and we have other priorities rather than Rafale and to spend on military, healthcare, poverty, and all that stuff. Frankly, I think that's beyond the topic of this GD. But anyway, I fully agree that India is a semi-developed country and we have other priorities to think rather than spending on military. Uh, I am now opening the discussion. I am allowing all of you to unmute yourselves. So if anybody wants to say anything, anybody has any point to share, please do so now. Yeah, anyone, or should we end it?
I think majority of the points are already shared, so
Exactly.
we can close the discussion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think we can close it now.
we can close it.
All right.
Great
So
points, everyone. It was again a healthy discussion as compared to
exactly.
Yes, exactly. Some of the
Everybody.
points were totally unknown to me, especially the points mentioned by Karthik. Thank you, Karthik.
Yeah,
No
thanks.
worries. Please don't leave the meeting right now. I first want to ask each and every one of you, do you think Rafale is right for India? Yes or no? A simple yes or no, everybody in the chat. Because we didn't do this last time and I want to do this right now. So everybody in the chat, yes or no, a simple yes or no. Thank you for the Rafale taking off noise. All right, so I can see some yeses, mostly no's. But anyway, it was a healthy discussion. It was a fruitful discussion, as I said in the last GD. Thank you all for joining and see you later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Chalo.
Bye
Thank you,
bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, bro.